Have you ever wondered if the vegetables you're eating might actually be doing more harm than good? As we get older, we often hear about the importance of eating more vegetables, but what if some of them are actually making digestion harder and causing long-term health issues? The truth is, not all vegetables are created equal. Some can be surprisingly difficult for the body to process, leading to discomfort, inflammation, and other complications, especially for seniors. In this video, we're going to uncover 5 vegetables that older adults should consider avoiding for better digestion and long-term health. Some of these may surprise you, as they're often considered healthy, but their effects on the digestive system and overall wellness can be less than ideal. If you've ever experienced bloating, acid reflux, or unexplained joint pain, your vegetable choices might be playing a bigger role than you realize. Stay tuned until the end because this isn't just about what to avoid, it's about making smart choices that can help you feel better, stay more active, and enjoy life with greater ease. We'll break down each of these vegetables and explain why they can be problematic, along with some tips on what to eat instead. If you're serious about improving your digestion and long-term health, you won't want to miss this. Number 1. Cruciferous vegetables. Broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts. Let's begin with a group of vegetables many of us grew up loving, cruciferous vegetables, such as broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts. These vegetables are renowned for their bright colors, robust flavors, and impressive nutritional profiles. They're rich in vitamins, minerals, and fiber, a testament to their status as nutritional powerhouses. However, as many of us have discovered, our aging digestive systems can sometimes protest against these otherwise healthy foods. For example, my dear friend Harold, an active, lively gentleman in his 70s, always had a soft spot for steamed broccoli. It was a regular part of his Sunday dinner, served with a slice of roast chicken and a side of mashed potatoes. Over time, however, Harold began noticing that after his beloved broccoli, he felt uncomfortably bloated and sometimes experienced a bit of gas. His energy would dip and he found himself less inclined to join our afternoon walks. After a gentle chat with his doctor, Harold learned that the high fiber and sulfur compounds in cruciferous vegetables, while generally beneficial, can be a bit hard on a slower digestive system. The culprit here is a carbohydrate known as raffinose, which ferments in the gut and produces gas. Additionally, the same vegetables can sometimes interfere with iodine absorption, a minor concern for most, but significant if you already have thyroid issues. These are truly some of the life lessons from the elderly that remind us to listen to our bodies. Now, this doesn't mean you have to banish these nutritious vegetables from your life. Instead, try cooking them. Steaming or roasting can break down some of those tough fibers and reduce their gas-producing potential. You might also experiment with smaller portions or even swap them for gentler alternatives like zucchini, bell peppers, or carrots. Can you recall a time when you adjusted a meal recipe as you got older because you noticed a change in how you felt afterward? Number 2. Nightshade vegetables. Tomatoes, eggplants, peppers, potatoes. Next, let's talk about nightshade vegetables. Tomatoes, eggplants, peppers, and potatoes. These vegetables are staples in countless recipes, adding color, flavor, and a touch of zest to our meals. Yet for some older adults, these vegetables can be a double-edged sword. Their vibrant colors and delightful taste have enchanted generations. Recent studies suggest these vegetables may occasionally unsettle our delicate digestion. Take the case of Evelyn, a sprightly 68-year-old woman who adored her tomato-based pasta sauces. Over the years, Evelyn began experiencing episodes of joint pain and a nagging sense of inflammation that she couldn't quite explain. A visit to her healthcare provider suggested that the solanine, a naturally occurring toxin in nightshade vegetables, might be contributing to her discomfort. Solanine has been linked to inflammation and may exacerbate conditions like arthritis in some individuals. Evelyn, along with many others, discovered that reducing her intake of raw tomatoes and opting for cooked versions, where the acidity is less intense, helped her manage her symptoms. Her experience teaches us that small modifications in our diet can bring relief and energy, letting us enjoy cherished meals. Similarly, peppers and eggplants can also be problematic. Their acidity is a common trigger for heartburn and acid reflux, a condition many seniors face as digestion becomes a bit more delicate. And then there's the humble potato. While it's a comfort food for many, potatoes have a high glycemic index. This means they can cause rapid spikes in blood sugar, a particular concern for seniors managing diabetes or insulin resistance. In one study, researchers found that switching to alternatives, such as sweet potatoes or even cauliflower mash, helped stabilize blood sugar levels in older adults. It reminds us that cherished culinary traditions can be gently modified to preserve our health and the joy of eating. Again, these are gentle reminders, another of those cherished life lessons from the elderly, to pay close attention to how our bodies react to the foods we enjoy. If you're experiencing discomfort, consider giving nightshades a rest for a while, or experimenting with different cooking methods to lessen their impact. Embracing this wisdom, many find that gradual adjustments and creative recipe tweaks can transform discomfort into renewed vitality and satisfaction. If you're still here, thank you for sharing this quiet moment with me. If today's message touched something true in your life, just comment number 2 so I know you're here. And if you haven't yet, I'd love for you to subscribe and tap the bell so you won't miss what's next. This channel is a gentle space where experience matters, kindness is shared, and growing older means something. I'm truly grateful you're here. Number 3, raw onions and garlic. Onions and garlic, 2 ingredients that add depth and character to so many of our meals. From the savory stews that warm our hearts on a chilly day, to the vibrant sauces that enliven our taste buds, these vegetables are near and dear to our culinary traditions. They have been the secret behind many family recipes passed down through generations, imbuing our dishes with a sense of heritage and love. But here's something many older adults discover with time. Raw onions and garlic can sometimes be too harsh on our digestive systems, challenging our bodies in unexpected ways. I recall chatting with my neighbor Betty, who always had a twinkle in her eye and a story to tell. Betty loved to cook, and her secret ingredient was always a generous amount of raw garlic that elevated her recipes to new heights. However, over the years, she started experiencing discomfort after her meals, bloating, a burning sensation in her chest, and even a bit of indigestion that made her long for simpler times. Betty's doctor explained that raw onions and garlic contain potent sulfur compounds and fructans, which are fermentable fibers that can be challenging for an aging digestive system. These substances can relax the lower esophageal sphincter, making it easier for acid to reflux into the esophagus, causing heartburn. Her experience taught her that even treasured ingredients might require a thoughtful transformation as our bodies evolve. Many older adults, especially those with a history of acid reflux or irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, find that the raw versions of these vegetables are more likely to cause discomfort and unwanted digestive surprises. The good news? Cooking them changes the game remarkably. Roasting, sautéing, or even gently simmering onions and garlic can break down some of these compounds, reducing the likelihood of discomfort while still preserving much of their delicious flavor and aroma. Some have even turned to garlic-infused oils as a creative way to enjoy the distinctive taste without suffering the harsh effects. Embracing these adjustments can also open up new culinary adventures that respect both tradition and well-being. These practical adjustments are truly among the life lessons from the elderly that remind us to adapt gracefully as our bodies change over time. In our later years, it becomes essential to balance flavor with comfort, ensuring that every meal not only nourishes our bodies, but also comforts our souls. By being open to reimagining our favorite recipes, we honor the wisdom of our past while embracing healthier, happier tomorrows. Let every kitchen experiment be a tribute to both tradition and the resilient spirit of aging gracefully. Have you ever modified a beloved recipe after noticing changes in your digestion? What did you change and how did it make a difference? Number 4. Corn and other tough-to-digest starches. Let's move on to another common food, corn. For many of us, corn brings back fond memories of summer barbecues, family picnics, and evenings spent enjoying corn on the cob. Yet, as we age, corn and other starchy vegetables can sometimes be harder to digest. This isn't a reflection on the quality of corn, far from it, but rather a reminder that our digestive systems change over time. Corn is unique because of its outer cellulose shell, which is notoriously difficult for the body to break down. You might have noticed, as some older friends have mentioned, that after enjoying a corn-on-the-cob meal, there are sometimes remnants that don't fully digest. This isn't unusual, it's simply how our bodies handle certain types of fiber. Moreover, corn can sometimes lead to bloating and gas, leaving us feeling a bit heavy and less inclined to move about after a meal. Take Nancy, for example. At 70, Nancy loved her popcorn and corn-based dishes, but she began to experience uncomfortable bloating and sluggishness after meals. After discussing her symptoms with a nutritionist, Nancy decided to reduce her corn intake and swap it for softer, easier-to-digest vegetables like zucchini and cooked carrots. The change was remarkable. Nancy felt lighter and more energetic, able to enjoy her afternoons with renewed vigor. It's also worth noting that corn has a high glycemic index, meaning it can cause rapid spikes in blood sugar levels. For older adults who need to be mindful of their blood sugar, especially those managing diabetes, this can be an important consideration. Alternatives with lower glycemic indexes, such as leafy greens or bell peppers, can provide nutritional benefits without the unwanted side effects. This is yet another of those cherished life lessons from the elderly, reminding us that sometimes moderation or substitution can make a world of difference in our overall health and comfort. If you're still here, thank you for sharing this quiet moment with me. If today's message touched something true in your life, just comment number 4 so I know you're here. And if you haven't yet, I'd love for you to subscribe and tap the bell so you won't miss what's next. This channel is a gentle space where experience matters, kindness is shared, and growing older means something. I'm truly grateful you're here. Number 5. Spinach and other high oxalate greens. Spinach is often praised as one of the healthiest vegetables, packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. However, for seniors, especially those prone to kidney stones or calcium absorption issues, spinach and other high oxalate greens can be problematic. Oxalates are natural compounds found in certain vegetables. While they're not harmful in small amounts, consuming too many oxalate foods can contribute to kidney stone formation and interfere with your body's ability to absorb essential minerals like calcium. If you've ever suffered from kidney stones, you know just how painful they can be. These tiny, hard mineral deposits form in the kidneys when substances like oxalates bind to calcium instead of being properly flushed out of the body. Spinach is one of the highest oxalate-containing foods, which means that for those already susceptible to kidney stones, frequent consumption may increase the risk of developing them. Another issue with high oxalate vegetables is their impact on calcium absorption. When oxalates bind to calcium in the gut, they prevent the body from properly absorbing it over time. This can contribute to weaker bones, a significant concern for seniors at risk of osteoporosis. Maintaining strong bones is essential for preventing fractures and maintaining mobility, so ensuring your body absorbs enough calcium is just as important as getting enough of it in your diet. Does this mean you should stop eating leafy greens altogether? Not at all. The key is choosing the right ones. Instead of relying heavily on spinach, consider swapping it out for lower oxalate alternatives like kale, arugula, or mustard greens. These options still provide plenty of nutrients without the high oxalate content that could put strain on your kidneys or interfere with mineral absorption. Additionally, pairing oxalate foods with calcium sources, such as dairy products, can help reduce the risk of kidney stone formation by allowing the oxalates to bind with calcium before reaching the kidneys. Can you recall a time when you adjusted your diet, perhaps swapping one type of leafy green for another, and noticed a positive change in how you felt? Final thoughts. Now that we've walked through these 5 vegetables together, take a quiet moment to reflect on how your diet might be influencing your digestion and overall well-being. We all know that vegetables are an essential part of a balanced diet, yet not every vegetable suits every body, especially as we grow wiser with age. Some foods, despite their natural goodness, may bring discomfort, cause inflammation, or leave you feeling less energetic than you once were. Over the years, we've learned that the body has its own way of speaking to us. When you experience bloating, acid reflux, joint pain, or even kidney stones, it might be your body's gentle reminder to reassess your choices. Perhaps reducing cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cabbage could ease the gas and bloating. Avoiding certain nightshade vegetables such as tomatoes and peppers might help ease inflammation, while limiting raw onions and garlic could alleviate acid reflux. Cutting back on corn may improve your digestion, and if you're prone to kidney stones or challenges with calcium absorption, you might consider swapping spinach for greens with lower oxalate levels. Remember, this isn't about eliminating vegetables altogether. It's about making informed, mindful choices that honor your body and its needs. Our life experiences, our life lessons from the elderly, teach us that our bodies speak through subtle signals. Listening to these messages and adjusting our diets accordingly is part of a long, fulfilling journey of self-care and well-being. Every meal is an opportunity to treat yourself kindly, to nourish not just your body but also your spirit. As you ponder your choices, think of the many years of wisdom you carry. The simple act of altering your diet isn't just a change in routine, it's an affirmation of your enduring commitment to health and vitality. Let these lessons remind you that life is about balance, adaptation, and learning from every season of our journey. Thank you for spending this time with us today. We invite you to share a comment about one thing you learned from our discussion and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your thoughts and stories are not only valued, but also serve as inspiration for others. Sharing our experiences builds a community of understanding and support, a true reflection of the life lessons from the elderly that remind us we are never alone on this path. If you found our conversation helpful, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing with those who might also benefit. Your support enables us to continue spreading messages of care, wisdom, and inspiration. I leave you with this thought: a good conscience is a continual Christmas. May these words inspire you to celebrate every day, embrace the lessons that life offers, and care tenderly for yourself as you continue your beautiful journey.